guys, before you watch this video, I have a good news for you. Engoo is offering 3 free classes for new users where you can practice your English with non-native English tutors. This offer is only valid till 4th of February. So for registering, use my code and all the instructions and terms and conditions I have mentioned in the description box. So go and check it right now and register yourself and enjoy the conversation. Happy learning!
Hi.
Hello. Hi, this is Connor from Engoo, and I'll be your teacher for today. So, how can I call you, please?
You can call me Upasana.
Upasana, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. What about you? How are you doing?
Thank you so much. It's quite morning here, so I woke up about an hour ago. So,
Okay. So what time it
maybe,
is? What time it is over there?
um, currently it is 9 a.m.
Okay.
9 a.m. 1 minute to be exact. How about your country?
It's 1:31 p.m.
Oh, all right. So good afternoon.
Yeah.
So before we do start with our class, Upasana, I just need to check something with you. Can you hear and see me clearly?
Yes, I can.
That is great. I'm able to hear. This is our first class together, right?
Yeah,
It might be a good idea to get to know each other a bit better to do a short introduction. Do you
that's
agree?
true. Yeah, I agree.
All right. So would you like to start first or should I start first? Who
Okay,
goes
I'm
first?
starting first.
All right, please.
So my name is Upasana. I'm basically from India. Right now I live in New Delhi. I hope you have heard about it. Have you?
Of course, of course, yes.
Oh,
Though I've never been to New Delhi, but I hope one day after this coronavirus thing, we'll be able to travel again and
so have you ever
maybe.
been to India?
Unfortunately, not. I'm sorry, but I hope it's on my bucket list
Okay, that's really
one day.
interesting. Okay, so I'm a content writer, I'm a social media influencer, and I'm a YouTuber as well, and I'm an English language and communication trainer as well.
Oh, wow. So in a way, we are kind of colleagues. Well, I'm a
Yeah,
teacher, you're
maybe
a trainer.
you can say, but I'm still learning a lot of things because I have learned English as my second language, so still there is so much to improve. That's why I'm here.
I I see. How about your hobbies? What do you like to do to relax yourself, in your
Yeah,
free time and
my hobbies are traveling. My hobby is traveling and yeah, the first thing only the traveling part.
all right. So, have you ever maybe been to Europe or
No,
any of the countries?
no. I have just traveled in India, so I really like
Hmm.
mountains, and I have been to mountains
Wow, that sounds really
once or
amazing.
twice, not that much.
Oh, well, in the future there will be a lot of chances, right? So you
Yeah.
can travel. All right. Thank you so much for sharing something about yourself,
And
Upasana.
what about
Allow
you?
me.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So my name is, as I've mentioned, Connor. Let me write it down for you. Now I'm 31-year-old, and I come from this very small landlocked country called Serbia.
Okay.
So, do you know what landlocked
No, no, I
means?
was supposed to ask it.
All right. Now, this is an adjective used to describe a country that is surrounded by other countries, but doesn't have any ocean or sea, practically no coast. So, yes, my country is just surrounded by other countries. We don't have any sea. Opposite of island, landlocked.
Landlocked. Okay, got it now.
Yes. Yeah, so my country is located southeast of Europe on the Balkan Peninsula.
Hmm.
So we have a lot of different countries around us. I've studied English language and culture, of course. And in my free time, oh, I have a lot of hobbies. I like to read books. I like to watch movies. I like something that's called ballroom dance. Have you ever heard about that?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
What?
how about tango? Do you know tango?
No.
It's practically this ballroom dance is a set of different dances. For example, waltzer, tango, or some of the dances. Maybe you've heard some of them: cha cha cha, samba, rumba,
Oh my
jive.
God, there are several kind of dances I'm not aware about.
So yeah, it's practically a social dance between, female and a male,
Okay.
but set up to be a competition in a way. So you're kind of competing this. It's a sport and an art at the same time.
Okay, so have you learned
So
it or you just mhm.
oh yeah, I have been doing that for quite a while, ever since I was, 14 or 15 years old. So yeah, I've been to a lot of competitions, visited
Wow.
a lot of places. But once I started studying at my university, I decided, I wanted to dedicate myself to it, and then but that's when I stopped to compete. But I still
Okay.
enjoy it from
So
time to
you
time.
joined classes for that or you learned by yourself?
Oh, well, you can learn by yourself because now we have the internet, right? We can learn anything. But when I started out, I did started out in a dancing school. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's really interesting.
thank you.
So do you still
And
participate in competitions, dance competitions?
oh yeah, I've participated in so many throughout my life. I've
Okay.
been state champion for 4 times, and yeah, it's I've traveled dance to dancing a lot. So
Hmm.
yeah, I've been to a lot of competitions.
Okay. So it means that this is your first hobby that you like dancing.
Yeah, I really do. I really love dancing. And another hobby that I developed throughout the years may sound a bit weird to some people. It's perfumery.
Perfumery.
Yes, creating perfumes.
Wow, that's interesting. So how do you create it?
Oh, I wish there was a simple way to describe it, but basically, all you need to have is some essential oils or some aroma chemicals,
Hmm.
some perfumer's alcohol or a carrier oil if you want it to be oil based, and
Okay.
some creativity. Yeah, and a lot of practice. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just you only or everyone else is also creative like you in your country?
I think that there are a lot of creative people, I have to say, but when it comes to perfumery, I don't think it's a very popular hobby in my country.
Hmm.
Something that I kind of had to learn by myself in a way. When I say that, there is no official school, perfumery school in Serbia, so
Okay,
I
okay.
had to go online. So
That's really
yes,
interesting. So how did you started doing this thing, perfuming, as a lot of people are not aware about it?
I was always interested in scents, and actually, my goal with the perfumery is to bottle up a memory. Now, that may sound a bit weird, I know, Upasana, but allow me to, explain myself. What I mean by that is, you know, we as human beings, right? We have different senses. We can see, we can taste, and we can smell, right?
Yeah.
And we can remember thanks to these sights. And for example, for me, whenever I smell the freshly baked bread or freshly cut grass,
Hmm.
I instantly remember of my grandma, because whenever I used to visit her, she used to bake bread, and we visit her in summer. Usually, we visit her in summer, so she always had this scent of freshly cut grass. So I was wondering, is there any way I could remember? Because my grandma passed away a long time ago, and I really loved her, and I wanted to remember her some way. And I've discovered, of course, I knew about the perfume, but I've discovered, there is a job of perfumer, and that you can create literally anything. So I started to dabble with it. I started to search for schools, the way to learn it, and I
Hmm.
wanted to kind of create that scent that reminded me of grandma, that freshly baked bread, freshly
Okay.
cut grass, the smell of the wooden floor in her house. And I discovered that's possible.
That's really
So
interesting.
once, thank you. So I kind of am trying to, bottle up a memory for
That's
me
really
and my
interesting. Like
friends.
I have taken a lot of classes on Engoo, and you're the very creative trainer I have ever found. Seriously,
Thank you.
it's really good to
Thank you so
have a
much.
lesson with you.
Thank you. Thank you. So may I ask a question if
Yeah,
that's
sure,
okay?
sure.
I mean, social media, YouTuber, influencer, I think it's one of the most popular things kids nowadays want to become. I mean, how did you decide that, this is what you're going to do? This is what you would like to do. How did you
So
start that?
I started my career just by being a English trainer, and I taught
Mhm.
for 1 year, entire 1 year. I was teaching students, and then I thought that I should change my field, and I came in another field, that is content
Mhm.
writing, and
Mm.
where I was writing content for government teachers, how they can develop their teaching skills and how they can make learning fun for students. Then after doing this job for 1 year, I got to know that I realized that this is not something I'm passionate about, sitting at one place and just researching up in front of the screen. Then I thought I should again come back in the teaching profession, and I again
Oh.
started teaching. And when this lockdown started, and I left my job, or I lost my job, and then I thought, now what should I do? Then one of my friend helped me in starting my YouTube channel. So initially I wasn't really comfortable in shooting the videos, but after doing it for a month or two, then I find it really interesting. And recently I have started earning from this YouTube channel as well. So here I am.
That sounds amazing. I mean, you found your medium practically for
That's
what you
true.
wanted to do.
Like, and
Yeah.
I have always wanted that I don't want to work for anyone else. I want to be my own boss, and right now I'm really enjoying it. Like, there is no one. Like earlier I used to think, okay, 9 hours are done and now I can go back to my home. But if I'm doing something for myself, then I don't see the time. If I want to do it, then I do it.
Oh my God, yes, it sounds amazing. And like I mean, I know how it kind of feels to sit behind the camera because here I am, right? I know I was really nervous for my first couple of classes when I started out. So do you maybe like have any good tips how to, overcome this, feeling
So,
of like
like,
being nervous in front of camera?
the tip that I would like to give you is that the more you do it, the more comfortable you feel.
Yeah,
Because
that sounds right.
initially when I started shooting videos, I wasn't really comfortable in front of the camera. But the more I do it,
Mm.
the more comfortable I feel in my next video.
Ah, I understand. Yes. Now, you also seem like a very creative person. You have to think of the videos. You have to upload on a certain schedule. I mean, kind of, you can kind of, I assume you can feel the pressure for like, oh, I have to be creative today.
That's true,
So,
that's true. Earlier, I was more creative than this time. Earlier, I used to do a lot of things like writing about people. If I met a interesting personality, then I used to write in a very creative way. But this time, like I have become more serious about my career and about my life. So right now, I have given up on the creative things that I used to do earlier.
oh, I understand. But also, in my opinion, creating videos, it's kind of a creative process. You have to
Yes,
think
it
a
is.
lot about the content, right? And
Yeah,
is it going to be interesting to the viewers? Is everyone going to like
that's
it?
true. That's true.
So, do you ever experience that creative block? Like, okay, what should I do next? Like, oh my God, I cannot think of it. Do you ever experience it? Do you have maybe any tips on, okay, this is how I'm gonna, because with my perfume, sometimes I can experience that, like nose fatigue or like, oh my God, what's next? I don't know if
It
I'm good at
happens
it.
with
Should I
me as well.
continue?
It happens with me as well. And then I continue to do the same thing, and then suddenly I get a new idea and I implement that.
Oh, all right. So your tip is just keep doing it.
Keep
And
doing it,
then,
don't quit.
yeah. All right. That's a great tip. Yeah. I think perseverance is what's very
Yeah.
important. And
So whatever the perfumes you create, so you uh, give it to the people, or you just keep it with you only, just for in case, like as memories.
all right. Well, of course I have a lot of friends around me and my family and etc. And they're the first one that I bother about. Okay, smell this, smell that.
Okay.
But eventually a lot of friends found out that this is something that I kind of do, and they came to me and said, okay, I want you to create a memory for me. I want you to create a special perfume just for me. I want it to smell like this, or I want it to smell like that. And then, it's process of me talking to them to see what is it they are really looking for,
Hmm.
and we see together, we smell some, because there are over thousands of different fragrance oils
Yeah.
or essential oils you get to smell. Actually, one of my suppliers is supplying me a very special oil that comes from India.
Okay,
It
from
is
India.
the sandalwood oil,
Okay,
and it
okay.
is the most precious and I think the most beautiful sandalwood you can ever smell. I've smelled different sandalwoods, but the one that comes from India is incredible.
Really, it is like sandal is very costly here in India too. Although I'm not
It
aware
but
about the exact price, but I have experienced that it's costly here.
That's true. Every year the prices for this oil goes up, and it
Hmm.
is very expensive. So I don't really formulate that much with it because of the cost. It's very expensive, but
Okay.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, that's how I kind of like, I share it with my friends, I share it with my family,
Hmm.
and yeah, I enjoy it myself. Yeah.
That's really so. I want to ask you a question. So, as you are a
Please.
very creative person, so I want to know that what is your passion and what you want to be in future, as you are doing a lot of things right now, dancing, perfuming, and teaching as well. So, what is your exact passion and what you are looking for?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of living my passion right now, I have to be honest with you. Like you mentioned, you're your own boss, you really enjoy it. With me, I really enjoy working as an online English teacher. I feel such a joy to know that I'm helping out people to, be able to learn this language and utilize it in their everyday life. Some
That's
people, you know, come to me as as students that wish to learn for their schoolwork. Some of them need it for their job. Some of them really need it for, entertainment, or to, travel, meet other people. Whatever is the goal, knowing that
mhm.
I'm kind of helping them to achieve it, it's kind of fulfilling for me, I have to
Okay.
be
That's really
honest.
interesting. That's all matter, that it should be fulfilling and you should not look for something else.
Yeah, and with me, my job as an online English teacher, and
Hmm.
as a perfumer, it's like a hobby. And I know this is gonna sound a bit, corny maybe, but I do feel like I'm doing my hobby and enjoying every day. It doesn't feel like it's a job, so it's that what I wish everyone can experience, that you enjoy your job on a daily basis, because
That's
it
true.
doesn't feel like working, really. It feels like having fun. Every day is a new day. It's fun. So yeah.
So, apart,
How
mhm.
sorry.
So I was
Yeah,
asking
I
that
just
apart from these three hobbies, dancing, teaching, and perfuming, do you have any other hobby too?
Oh yeah, as I mentioned, I really like reading books. I like watching movies. Occasionally I love hiking. I really do. From time to time I decide to go on a hike with my friends.
Okay,
We just have fun, walk around and climb up the mountains, and
that's really
just
nice.
enjoy the views.
So, do you have
And I
mountains in your country?
Oh yeah. I live in a southern part of Serbia, which is mostly mountains and hills, and it's just
Okay, okay.
yeah.
And
You're kind of surrounded.
mhm. Can you tell me something more about your country?
Oh, of course. What would you like to know?
Like how do people spend their day and how what kind of jobs do they do?
All right. Now there are a lot of different jobs that people do here, but Serbia as a country, it has a rich soil, right? So a lot of people invest in agriculture and
Hmm.
tending of plants and herbs and fruits, especially vegetables,
Okay.
and yeah. But of course, there are a lot of different, um, things that people like or prefer to do,
Hmm.
and different professions, right? Um, what else? Yeah, I mean, it's Serbia is a very nice country. It has beautiful nature, so yeah, people enjoy going outside and just having fun together. Yeah, it's a very nice, interesting country with a beautiful nature that's kind of undiscovered in a way, if you ask me, under the radar.
Okay,
So
okay.
if you ever have a chance to visit Europe, I would recommend Serbia. It's really nice. If you like nature, you mentioned you like mountains, right?
Yes, I like.
I would definitely recommend
Then
Serbia.
I
It's
will surely
beautiful
visit.
mountains. Yes. So how about India? I mean, I of course we all know about India, right? But if ever, for example, I've never been to India.
Hmm.
What what would you recommend as like the first place that I should visit, where I should start
Uh,
discovering India?
okay, so I would recommend you to visit Jammu and Kashmir because this is the most beautiful place here in India. Although I have never been there, but
Oh,
from the pictures and from the movies, I really wish to go there, and I would recommend you as well.
what is it? Why is it so famous?
It looks so beautiful because it is also surrounded by mountains, and I'm not pretty much sure like why, like what are the things you can go and visit over there, but it's so beautiful. You should visit.
Oh yes, definitely. It seems
And
like a very
about
good.
the festivals as well, if you visit here in India, then our festivals are really very famous and very special. The way we celebrate it.
Oh, so can you tell me something more about it? Am I right? Maybe I could be completely wrong, but there is a festival of colors or something like that, right? Or I'm
Colors?
completely wrong. Yeah, of paint, right? Or I'm wrong.
I'm not aware about
I,
it, but the famous festivals
maybe
are
I'm wrong.
Diwali. We celebrate Diwali, and
Uh-huh.
there is festival called Holi, and so many festivals are there. Raksha Bandhan and several festivals are there.
So
We celebrate it with our family members and in a very special manner.
I'd really like to know more about it. So, is there what is the most? I mean, how do you celebrate that those festivals? You
So
mentioned there is a special way.
yeah, so recently we have celebrated this festival that is Diwali, called Diwali.
Oh,
So
Diwali.
yeah, so on this festival we decorate our home, we clean our home before some days of Diwali, and we decorate it
Hmm.
in a way. And on the particular day of Diwali, on the day of Diwali, we lighten our house with some diyas, or we say in English that is lamps. Lamps.
Lamps.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So whole country is lightened up by some lamps. In
Oh
the evening
wow.
time, we go to meet our neighbors, we distribute some sweets, and this is how we celebrate.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. I would definitely like to. So, I assume that there are a lot of foreigners around this time that they know about the festival and want to experience it, right?
Yeah, there are some festivals like there is a place called Rishikesh and Agra. So whenever we visit there, so a lot of foreigners come and they see Taj Mahal. That is the most famous place here in India. Have you heard about it?
But of course, I think it's one of the most beautiful places in the world.
Yes.
I mean, based on the pictures, I've never been, but
Mhm.
I
And
hope one day I'll have a chance.
and what about the festivals in your country? Do you have festivals?
Oh yes, of course. We have music festivals. We have barbecue festival.
Okay.
Yeah, it actually my hometown is famous for it, and it's it's a huge festival. It revolves around eating, of course.
So
Yeah.
how do
So
people celebrate it?
oh, okay. So the main street in my hometown is completely closed for
Hmm.
the traffic, and then there are stands by the restaurant owners are put there, so they are kind of barbecuing in front of you, right? And
Hmm.
then you can buy, a hamburger or anything off of the barbecue.
Hmm.
Practically, there are famous singers singing at the same time. A lot of people visiting it, and at one of these days throughout this entire week. This is called the barbecue week. The festival
Okay.
lasts for a week. We are attempting to make the world's biggest hamburger, and every
Hamburger.
year we make it bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay. That's
So
it.
that's a fun thing to experience.
So this is the only festival?
Oh no, there are a lot. There is a Exit Music Festival in Novi Sad, and then there's Gucha Festival. It's about the trumpet and Serbian traditional music.
Okay.
I mean, there are loads of festivals. So, yeah, it's nice to visit it. Yeah. Now, Pasna, as much as I would love to continue with our class, it seems that
Yeah.
it came to an end. So I just wanted to say, I sincerely enjoyed meeting you. Your English is
Surely.
pretty good. Pronunciation is great. Keep up the great work, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the class. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Until next time. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.